Okay, hello. My name is Philip Eklund, and I'm trying to demo a game, a very early version of the game Galactica, a game in which you try to explore the mysteries of our own galaxy, the Milky Way. So the mysteries are shown on this map of the Milky Way. I'll orient you a little bit first. Sol, where we live right now, is here in the Gold Belt. And the center of the galaxy, where there's a supermassive black hole or some sort of anomaly, is here. The distance between them is about 16,000 light years. So your starships can travel along these little paths with red dots on them. They're 1,000 light years apart. And the squares or rectangles, actually, yellow, are the mysteries themselves. They're placed during setup, they're face down. So when you explore them or try to solve them, you get to peek at the other side and then go ahead and pay for them and solve them. And there's 4 kinds, as you might be able to see. This one is monoliths. There are, I think, 5 monolith mysteries. And this is inspired, of course, by 2001. Player Blue, who's Maxime in this game, his specific task is to try to find the home world of the aliens that created these monoliths and try to collect as many monoliths as possible. And so he will be investigating them, although other players can do as well. He actually gets victory points for them. Another type of mystery is these Wolf-Rayet mysteries. These are stars that are on the verge of a supernova, and there's a lot you can discover about supernovas. I'll just interrupt my discussion on these mysteries just to say that there's billions of stars in the Milky Way, but we've only have on the map like 20 sites that represent very extreme locations in our galaxy, locations where you might be able to discover something new about the nature of reality or existence. And so the only stars and locations on the map are these 20 locations shown here, and also possibly habitable stars within 8 light years of them. So we've got a sphere for each of these regions, these little white dotted areas, of about 16 light years across, which is about more or less the size of the interstellar map if you played Interstellar. And we've got these starting worlds here, our own star Sol, a yellow star, and an orange star, which represents Arrival, the first colony of Sol. This is based upon the game Arrival, and this is a sequel to the game of Arrival. So I'm going to continue with black hole mysteries. I already told you about monoliths. Another type of mystery are black holes. And these are mysteries that will potentially give you information about the extremes of the universe. It gives you a superpower that could be useful, and specifically the transcendence player, the one who's trying to enter another plane of reality, or at least understanding the primal aspects of reality, will be looking to solve those. And the last type is the gamma rays. The gamma ray jets are the most powerful things known in our Milky Way. And so this is another kind of mystery. Both the Wolf-Rayet mysteries that cause supernovas and the gamma ray jets are rather destructive in that solving the mystery will destroy things or maybe everything within the region, but you get information out of it. Okay, so I will also wanted to mention here at our home world that the workers are represented by dice like they are in Arrival, and they have values on them from 0 through 5 and little icons on them that represent what they believe. And basically the blue dice, and there's 2 blue dice right here. There's this one on Arrival and this one on Soul. These are actual living civilizations on a planet that's orbiting that star. And the purple are actually Dyson spheres, or perhaps more accurately, Dyson bubbles. So these are machines, devices, mega engineering that is constructed to tap energy, solar energy, from the star it's surrounding. If you're a sci-fi fan, you probably are well familiar with Dyson spheres. They have a K value on their square. This one's K1, just to show that this civilization is at Kardashev level 1. So the icons on the dice represent, and there's 4 of them, and you can see them on any of the player tableaus or player placards. Top is clock, which represents basically a computer, a very fast gigahertz range computer. Soul is a more spiritual belief. Ego has to do with rational self-interest. And hive, this honeycomb icon at the very bottom, represents like eusocial insects that whose basic imperative is Darwinian, to spread as much as possible across the whole galaxy, whereas the others have different imperatives, such as finding the progenitor species, the mysterious sirens, finding the ultimate reality, or ascending beyond what we know today. So I think we're going to go through a sequence of play, which is all listed in this upper, all listed in the upper left corner here. And we're going to start, I guess, with a random player. I'm going to roll a red dice here, starting with me and going clockwise. I'll just roll this thing and see what I rolled. I rolled a 6. I don't want to roll that. I want to re-roll because there's only 4 players. So I rolled a 2. Peter, that means you are elected to go first.
Okay.
All right. So we'll go through the sequence of play as listed here. And the first thing is movement. You get to move your starships of your colors. Also, there's packets. You can send information in this game. And this game, all the starships and packets move 1. Their speed of light is a hard limit. And each turn is 1,000 years. Each space is 1,000 light years. So you can move just 1 a turn. In Peter's case, and in all our cases, we don't have any starships or packets. So we're going to skip this first movement phase and the little landfall instructions here. And we're going to go through cyberspace. Cyberspace means that you pick one region, one of these dotted white regions, and where you have cooperating dice. dice that are either your color or have your icon on it. And Peter's icon is, what is it, clock? You were the clock player?
Yes, I think.
Yeah. So you have a clock icon, that's called your specialty. And you have purple dice, that's called your taxonomy. So in other words, you are a machine, a ultra fast gigahertz range computing, and your job is to collect or solve as many mysteries as you can. And you get a victory point for each of them. Your experience, which is listed down here, is the number of mysteries that you have managed to solve plus the number of clocks in the region. So we'll take a look at the region. There's only dice in the gold belt, so you're going to be starting in the gold belt.
Yes.
And the first thing you want to do is rotate let's see, you want to rotate by one step one of these dice optionally. So let's talk about that just 1 second. Why 1? Your experience, I think, is 1. Is it? No, your experience is 2. Why 2? Because it's supposed to be 2.
Looks like 0 to me.
Yes, I think it's 0 for me.
Well, this is a screw up, so I'm going to take a dice of yours. I have to correct this. Right here.
Arrival K1.
Yeah, arrival K1 and set it at value 0. You have to press the 1 to go to 0 because of the way, it's
Okay.
already at 0. So that'll give you 2 clocks. And,
Let's
Okay.
see. Okay. Okay.
so this means that you are able to rotate the dice during your cyberspace phase by 2 phases. Now, what is it that you want to do? Well, undoubtedly, there's many things you could do. One possible thing to do as a first player is set up a government. You could set up, for instance, a robot or a supercomputer government. And to do that, you would do the form government. You would you have one eye, except that's not cooperating. It looks like government's not in the cards for you. What you would like to do is
Can I make the starship? No.
Yes, you would like to make a starship. And you would want to do a star launch. So you do have one soul work, which is capable of doing the star launch. You could rotate something else if you wanted to do something beyond that star launch. But let's take a look a little bit at your options, because an important part of star launch is you well, one thing is the direction. You have to point the starship to an uninhabited region. Now, what you want any mystery, so you don't care about what region it is, you could go to the closest one, which is here. That's one situation. And let's just pretend that you wanted to send 2 starships. Let's say that you want to do 2 starships. Now, one little diagram that you need to be able to do anything here is look at this thing. And in order to do 2 starships, you would have to have 2 soul work. So you would probably want to bump that 4 machine up to a 5. So that you would have the 2 souls you needed for two star launches. I'm winging it here. So if you did want to do that, assuming that this is you would spend during your cyberspace one of your, what we say, we gave you 2.
Yes.
One of your 2 to rotate the 4 to a 5. And to do that, you press the number 6 because it's always 1 off in this TTS. And that gives you 2. Now you also have 1 extra increment, which you could use. No, you can't really use anything there. Why not? Because you're a machine, you can only do this one or this one. You can only alter those 2. And the rules state if it's at value 0 that you're not allowed, you have to use work to get it to value equals 1. This is called an uplift. And you can see the uplifts here. A selfish uplift, for instance, you would need 2 hives, and that would change a robot to a dice of whatever value you want, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 during the uplift. So there's also, you could also do this, I think. You could create a new robot from an existing robot or a purple die, except there's no more places to create them from.
I will make the starship.
Okay. So let's go ahead and set up your economy. Your economy says you put in 1 work token for each of the icons that you have available. And right now on purple dice, you have 2 clocks and 2 souls. So you can place 2 in the, if we're going to do this formally, 2 in the clock and 2 in the soul.
And these black dice.
Yeah, so go ahead and place 2 cubes in clock and 2 cubes in soul. All right, looks good. Now, I think the clocks. So let's go ahead and create our starship. Go ahead and spend 1 of your souls into the spent side. You take your color starship. Yeah. And you place it into one of these 4 black orbital areas. It doesn't matter which one. Now you have to point it towards a direction you want to go. Now let me talk about a little bit. Each one of these X's is a hazard, but if you have 2 clocks going along, which you will have, the hazards are actually a little bit of an advantage as long as you survive them. You with 2 clocks during a hazard roll, you get to roll 2 red die, and if you get any clocks at all, you pass and you get a nugget. All right, it looks like you're going to the close one.
There you go.
All right. So what I'll mention, by the way, that solving this mystery has the disadvantage that it will go supernova and blow up everything, sterilize everything in that region. This is not terrible for you, but any sort of infrastructure that you spent there or anyone else spends there will go kapoof if you solve this mystery. But that's and the same with that one as well. So but that's fine. You're a machine. You don't care about life.
Yes.
So now what we do is let's look at what it says here for Star Launch. We get 2 cargo, a combo of added braking fuel cubes and copied existing dice. I probably should say cooperating dice. I'm sorry, I'm scribbling things down. So what does this mean? This means that on this journey, there are no hazards, but you have to stop at the destination. And stop, you'll either need braking fluid or you'll need to roll the dice for a flyby hazard for burning up in the atmosphere. So these 2 basketball icons here are where you put your cargo for the journey. And you'll be almost certainly wanting to take your supercomputer along. I think you will, because this makes flybys much safer. So if you do want to, then go ahead and take another purple dice. What you were doing is copying this supercomputer. We're making a copy of it
Okay.
from actually player purples from over here. Take that one, set it to setting 0, and place it in 1. The second one could be your choice. You could copy this number 5.
I will try.
Take that along. Or you could put a cube on there for braking fluid to make it fail safe. All right, that looks good. So that spent your 1 soul. I don't know that you'll be able to do anything more with the clocks. Oh, yeah, you could do another star launch. Yes, you can do another star launch. So that's probably what
And
you want
does
to
the star launch cost me 3 steps of dice or not?
Yes, it does cost you 3 steps of dice. This is for austerity. And it's mentioned right here. So among the dice that are left behind that are cooperating with you, you have to go down by 3. So this 5 will have to go to 2. Exactly. And it doesn't look like you're going to have enough for a second star launch after all. I think this is the end of your turn, and we should go to Maxime's turn.
Okay.
Okay. So I get experience. It's just 1. So I can nudge 1 dice.
Yes.
And I think I would just go for nudging my own dice.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
Now I get work.
Yes.
It's Is it 2 clocks? Or do I get to work only for blue dice?
For you, you will only get
Mhm.
2 eyes and 2 hives.
Mhm.
God,
So
I
I'm
really
looking.
wanted.
Yeah.
I really wanted player blue to be able to do a star launch. Why am I not? I'm making rules up on the fly, but let's pretend or mark. I don't know if we can mark here that this is a soul or the letter I.
Okay. So for the first action, I'll spend 1 eye to copy my dice to orbit. If I understood
Yeah.
it correctly, I just place a new copy of this dice on the star.
Yes, on your destination. Where are you going, by the way?
I thought it was to orbit, so
Oh, yes,
I
yes, I
threw the
know.
government right here.
But you want to point it somewhere. Pick another one of these orbits and point it in the direction you want to go with your starship.
He wants
Yeah,
to
but-
form a government.
Yes, that does.
Oh, I'm sorry. He wants to form a government. Okay. All right. I missed a boat. So certainly you can place your government in one of these 4 areas or underneath this starship that's already gone.
Because if I do a star launch first, austerity will trigger and I won't be able to do. Or I do have the work right now. It
Yeah,
won't decrease.
yeah, you will be able to do it, but it's fine creating a government. That's fine.
Mhm.
You can.
So
I don't know which is better to go first.
I take a dice from the white play card, copy it,
All right.
and spend 1 eye work.
Yep.
Now I spend the second one to do a star launch.
Did you do another
My
government?
destination.
Could he do another government?
Can he
Yeah, I
do?
think I could.
He cannot do another government actually because I need to put some fine print here. But there's 4 copies of the orbits here, and that's not because there's 4 orbits. That's just because Earth gets so crowded you can't see which way they're pointed. But there's only 1 government for Sol. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe you should have a government spot.
Yes, I need to put something on here saying government here. That is a brilliant suggestion, Roger.
So my ship is placed. Now I do basketball cargo.
Yeah. So you're
So
going
for
to
the
the
first,
Crab Nebula, yes?
yes, because it has the monolith and it doesn't have any clouds in between.
Yes, no hazards. Okay, so what sort of cargo do you want to carry? You can carry
What represents fuel?
what was that?
Or fuel? What is the token that represents fuel?
Any cube.
Because you need fuel to brake, right?
You need fuel to brake. Otherwise, you're going to be risking a. So you probably, with this starship, you'll be wanting to carry fuel along because you don't have any clocks. Now, I think you're allowed to negotiate with players who might want to go along on this starship to they're allowed to negotiate to say, okay, this dice is cooperating. I want you to bring me along on a starship. Now, I am player white, for instance, and I don't have anything useful to offer you, but Roger might. If Roger wants to go, he could say, well, I would like to go along on this starship, so I'll let my clocks over here on Sol, I'll let them be cooperating so you can bring them along instead of that fuel, just so I get to go along. And now, what's in it for you, Maxim? I'm not sure. The clocks are pretty reliable, but they're not as reliable as braking fuel. So he'd have to sweeten the deal somehow. Now, I think we should all start with a nugget placed over here, somewhere in the Gould belt, maybe on the thing here. So, for instance, I am the hive, and I'm just going to place one nugget in here. This nugget is something that you can spend, and it shows here, discard nugget, 3 increments of cooperative vols, including government. So these nuggets are things that we can exchange between ourselves for currency. So everybody should get 1 nugget, and I'm going to place 1 over here for Sol. What, did I take too many? God damn it.
Took all of them.
Well, I was greedy. I'm not very good at this. And 1 for ego.
Okay. And 1 for clock, right?
1 for clock.
Okay. We're all there.
Okay. Any rate, I just wanted to mention the negotiation aspect of it. It might not be very important. We might not be in the mood to negotiate, or maybe we don't really have anything. I really need to have space for 5 nuggets here, or 4 nuggets. All right. So, do you have anything else that you want to do, Maxime?
Let me look. So I have some unspent work in Hive. So it gave me uplift or revolution or panspermia. Or I could create some, or packet launch.
Can I ask a
What
question?
would packet launch give me?
Right now, you can't do packet launch. Packet launch is only launched towards an inhabited star system. And what the packet launch does is it gives them information about everything that's happened here. But there's no inhabited star systems regions other than Sol at the moment. So packet launch is not interesting. I hope it says that.
Mhm.
Yeah, point it towards an inhabited region.
Also, I spent austerity from Sol.
Yeah,
Can I ask a question?
go ahead.
Maxime has 2 hive to spend, right? And
Yes.
he's blue player. Well, he's ego and taxonomy blue. Can he do a selfish uplift if he wants?
Yeah, I think so. With if he's got 2 hives, he could change the goo.
No, the robot, because that changes a robot to a purple volition something, a vol. So the
Now,
question is can he manipulate other
he's
colored
a
dice?
living player. He's a living player. So right now, cooperating dice are only living unless they make some sort of deal. So he won't be able to do any operations on robots unless they have his icon on it, which is I. But I don't see any robots that have the letter I on them.
I don't understand that quite yet. I mean,
All right.
the
So
selfish uplifts a robot to a purple robot to. He can't do it because there's no eyes on a purple. What does that mean? That he can't?
all
Because there'll
right.
never be an eye on the robot, on the existing robot on arrival, right? The question is, can he do anything with the robots, or he cannot? Or are you meaning if this?
Give me time to think here, Roger.
Okay.
My final answer is that he's allowed to do selfish uplift on a robot now if he wants to.
And that would allow me a peek at the mystery, but there's no mystery to peek at.
There's no
region.
mystery to peek at. You'll be perhaps helping player purple by doing this because, or maybe not. I don't know. It's something that he can do if
he'll probably be hurting.
So.
He'll be hurting someone who wants to fly through a hazard. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's true.
In the Sol area.
I have a question.
The other question is, there's a comma here. Does this mean it's an either or?
Oh, it's sort of defined down here, Roger.
Huh? So what I mean is, for the selfish uplift, can you do both? Turn a robot into a vol and peek at the mystery, or is it one or the other?
The intent was both. I can put an and in there.
Okay. No, that's fine. Just wanted to know.
So my question was, does austerity have to come from one dice, or can it be from multiple dice?
It can be from multiple die, but they have to be cooperating.
Okay. I'm thinking that I don't want anybody to make a revolution, but I don't think I can stop it by making the amount of ice in the region being less. So that's okay. I won't do it. I think I'm okay with making a selfish uplift just for the sake of it. Because the purple player already went and black player is about to go, and I want to make it more difficult.
Okay.
It's not a cooperative game. So I spent the work. And
you get to set that dice at whatever value you want from 1 to 5.
That's nice. I also did those 3. And that's it for my turn.
Okay.
I assume the dice. Can the dice ever go back down to 0?
Yes.
Okay.
Now there's various ways to do that during a goo outbreak or a robotic outbreak that will do it, but you could do it during cyberspace. You could lower it down by 1 step.
Second. Okay, so my turn. No movement. Well, yeah, no movement exactly. No movement possible. Cyberspace. I have to pick gold area. What's this called exactly? Gold belt. Yeah.
The nugget. You mean?
No, no, the area. It's gold belt.
Oh, region. It's called a region.
Region, sorry. My experience is 1. It says 1 cooperative civilization or Dyson. Why or Dyson? So there are 2 Dysons here?
There are 2 Dysons here. The purple cubes are Dysons. The blue cubes are civilizations. So there's 2 civilizations, 2 Dysons. The government does not count as a civilization or a Dyson.
So is my experience equal? So it's one or the other. No, increment 1 cooperative civilization. Sorry. My experience is just is 1. Yeah, understood. Sorry.
All right.
Understood. So I can only increment a die by 1.
Yes.
And it can only be a die that is my color or taxonomy. But I can actually manipulate all dice because I'm blue and I'm cyborg. Okay.
Yes. Everything except the government.
Okay. Okay. Well, I guess I also want to launch a starship. That means I should have available soul there for the economy. Some worshippers. And okay, and there is none. I would have to increment this 3 to a 4, to a 4, a 4, right? Or I do need those clocks though. There's only 1 clock here. And a star launch says austerity -3.
Austerity is -3.
So
now, I'm
that
showing my Maxime.
Yes.
Are you there? Can you write on star launch using the pen or something, because I don't know how to work it, the letter I by the soul icon.
I'll try.
All right.
what happened?
Oh, uh, nothing.
Look.
Okay. And we can use nuggets for 3 increments. Okay. Let's see.
Thank you, Maxime.
So I'll increment this Dyson sphere to a number 4.
Okay.
And I guess you can only increment when you say cooperative civilization. You can't increment a 0 dice, can you?
No. You can do that only during work.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I can only do 1 increment because I got experience 1. I've incremented 1, and my economy is everything that I see here. The 2 hive, 1 soul, 3 hive, 1 soul, and 1 clock. Is that correct?
Yeah. Now I'll just mention the theme here. For anything at value 0, this is a non-volitional animal or robot.
Okie dokie. So for my work, I will also launch a starship, which is a cost of 1 soul. Oh, actually, one soul or one eye. But I don't have an eye because the government doesn't count. Okay. So I'll launch a starship. I'll spend my soul. I will go in. I'll put it here. And I'm going in that direction. And now I have to pay the austerity, correct? Is minus
Yes.
3. Oh, minus 3. I could bring down this dice. Which one is the austerity? Can I apply it on any dice?
Any dice or a combination of dice.
Or I can change this one to a 2. Sorry, to a 1.
Yes.
And I can still bring it down again, right? To a goo
Yes.
level.
To goo level.
And then I can change. What happens if I change this one to a hive? I don't think that's good. Maybe I'll just change this one to an eye. Okay, so that's my 3 austerity.
Okay.
And I need to put a cargo.
Yes.
So cargo is going to be some fuel. Where do you place it? On the mystery.
Yes.
And I make a copy of one of these dice, which in my case can also be blue dice. And these will these dice remain on the mystery, Phil? Once it's
Yeah, those
revealed?
dice remain on the mystery. Now, when going through hazards, you're going to lose a cargo unless you succeed in a clock roll.
Yeah.
Now, this clock roll, going to this one, it goes to 2 hazards. One is going to use the clocks in the Gould Belt, and then the second one will get the clocks in the Cygnus Star Forming Association. So, I would imagine, I guess, that you would want to have
some goo there, some robotic goo or something.
Yeah.
Some robot there. Okay. Now I have a clock and a lot of hives to spend. What does the government do? What's the reason for government to have government?
Well, one of the things is they give permission to solve mysteries. Now, the government at Seoul, there's no mystery to solve, but this government, you need to get permission from the government in order to solve a mystery. Now,
Okay.
And the government where you arrive or from where you are leaving?
ask that again, Peter. If you arrive at a new star system, you can form a government. In fact, you do automatically form a government as part of landfall.
Oh, okay.
All right. So I guess what's remaining is I could basically just do a revolution, but it sounds like a revolution in Seoul makes nothing. The government is not important. We don't have to pay taxes to this government for passing there.
No. Give me time to come up with rules for this.
You don't have to pay any fee. So what happens?
Tariffs?
So I guess I'm not doing anything because I see no. I can't do another star launch, and I can't duplicate anything because they're all occupied. I could maybe do some selfish uplift. But I don't know why I would want to do that. So I'm done.
All right. I wanted to say one other thing about governments. If the government has your icon on it, then all dice in the region are cooperating dice.
All dice in the region are cooperating dice, and that basically is good for your economy, I guess, right?
That's good for your economy. Now, you don't care very much because you're a cyborg and all
for
dice
your
are cooperating anyway.
For your experience. No, it's good for your experience, maybe. Probably. Okay.
All right. Well, okay. It's my turn, and I'm the hive, and coming last is kind of a bummer. And I've got experience 2, and I'm living. I don't have any government. So I really need it's kind of a bummer for me. I have to think about this, but in order to have enough austerity to do a star launch, I would like to do a star launch. I would need to bump this guy up by 2, which I can do.
Oh, your experience is 2 already. Okay.
Yes, I know. I'm probably winning or something. What I'd really like to do as the hive is sneak on board as a parasite or something, but I don't have these rules in place yet.
Well, you could use your nugget, right, to do 3 increments.
Yeah.
But you can only touch the blue dice, increment the blue dice, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
Or can you, yeah. Is it blue die, either blue dice or hive icon dice? Hive? Or just
Yes,
blue dice?
or hive icon dice.
So if the purple had a hive, you could increment that one?
Yes.
Okay.
So you're right. I do have a nugget, and I need to spend it now. And what does it say about the nuggets? 3 increments of cooperative voles, including government. So I really need to get the government up to my side so that I can use different things. So I'm going to the government is at double I. Jesus, I can't even get it down far enough. I can decrement it 2 steps with my experience, and I could do a nugget to 3. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So that's what I'll do. I'm going to spend my nugget. I don't know, I'll throw this away somewhere. And throw this one to... Why isn't it? It's not working. I can't move this dice for some reason. Can someone turn it to number 0? Thank you. And now I'm going to have, for my launch, do I have any souls? Because the government's mine, I do have souls. So I'm going to go on a launch my starship. I think I'm going to the Perseid transit. So how can I rotate this thing? All right. And now I'm going to copy my I'm going to copy this. And I'll copy this. And then I'm going to launch. I'm going to end my turn. So we're going to go on to Peter.
Yes. Now I move the starship.
Yes, go ahead and move it one spot. All right. And now, if you want to do work in Seoul, because that's the only place that really has inhabitants, you have to pick the gold belt. And you have to pick machines. So you've got clocks and an eye. You could use that to launch another starship, I think, if you incremented this dice here. I'm sorry, your machine. If you incremented this dice here, oh, you don't even have to increment it. It's at 5. So it looks like you could launch another starship with the work you have now.
But isn't that on the mystery in another region?
Yes, that'd be on a mystery in another region. Every trek can only have one starship.
But why can't he can increment? You can increment those dice as well on the mystery.
No.
No, I think not.
Oh, did I make a mistake? I think I did make a mistake. Sorry, I was telling you wrong. Since this is at level 3, you could launch another starship if there was a soul. So
No, he can do it with an I. It's I or soul, isn't it?
that's true. It's I or soul. He could do it with that. And that would decrement this all the way down to 0, I guess.
What
That
if
would
you
leave planet Earth in a very depleted situation.
you can't when he does austerity, can he only do austerity on purple dice?
Yes?
Okay. So what if he can't do austerity? I guess
Well, he
if
won't
you
be
can't
able to
do the
star launch.
you can't pay for the whole austerity, you can't stall on.
I think I have to take this nugget away from him because I'm remembering now that the first player doesn't get a starting nugget.
But that's the soul. You should take the clock away.
Oh, yes, I meant to take the clock away, not the soul.
All right. So if I use my cyberspace increase, I cannot launch the ship, right?
I think you could launch a ship because this one has 3 levels that you can decrement. And it also has an eye, which is what you can use to
Yeah,
launch a
but
ship.
now I can increment the dice.
Oh, right now you could increment the dice if you wanted to, but I don't think you need to. And maybe you
But
don't
if
want
I
to.
do it, I cannot start the ship because there will be no right.
I don't know. I mean, you could, yes, because it becomes a 4. It's the soul, so you could do it.
All right. So increase to 5.
Okay.
Get. And I launch in the ship. And I go up.
All right.
It cost me 3 steps.
Yeah, but I think you can go ahead and load your cargo before you take away your 3 steps.
And I don't think you can move the blue dice down.
Yeah, that was mistake. And I did not
Okay.
remember what was there.
It's 1 step up, I think. Yeah. Wasn't it still goo, maybe? Wasn't that still goo? 0?
Yeah,
Something like that? I think so.
I load my dice. These.
Okay?
It cost me 1 soul. And I'm not sure if I can do anything else with my leftover symbols. I am a bit confused. What are these black Earths for?
Ask the question again. What are
These four
What do you-
black Earths, what they are used for?
Oh, okay. One of them is used for the government, and the others are just starting places for the starships. Every region only has one, but as an emergency measure, I duplicated 4 times on Earth because it's so crowded.
And if
So
it
there's
if
really only one.
and if it's full, you cannot launch another ship.
No, you can launch another ship. You'll have to stack them, or I have to add a 5th one or something else like that. I don't want I don't want to have a limitation from having these orbits full.
You maybe just have to distort the scale of Sol, just so that the
Yeah,
pieces can be
somehow
fit there.
Yeah,
distorted.
this is confusing.
All right, I'll work on that.
I have some work icons, but I cannot do anything, I think.
Yeah, it's kind of intended that Earth will stagnate with all this austerity, so that our turns will go by quickly until you get to until you start making landfall.
Okay.
Okay, so it's my turn.
Yes.
I get no experience, so I can't nudge.
You have to move
Okay.
You
your.
move your starship. Move the blue
Yeah.
one.
I have 4 5s, 1 clock.
You have no experience?
Yep.
Number of ego icons in the region. Oh.
I believe the only productive thing I could do is selfish uplift twice.
Well, you could use
That's
your nuggets to increment. I don't know if that's a good thing at this moment, but
Yes, you could. You've got an ego nugget. You could do that, for instance, to change the government or kickstart the whole civilization somehow.
Can I do it? I think it might be more useful later when I arrive here.
Well, this
Let me just.
nugget can only be spent in the gold belt.
Okay. Can it be spent before getting experience?
The question was, can you spend it before getting experience? Let's see. No, you get experience first, then you can discard a nugget according to sequence of play.
So the only thing that I could change with the nugget productive is this clock right here. I could change it to either hive or a soul. Obviously, I don't need 5th hive, and the soul would give me star lunch. Yeah, I think only star lunch.
can I ask a question quickly, Phil?
Yes.
Why a government this can represent the government? This
Yes.
size?
Right now we've got a a goo government. Now, I kept going back and forth on this, whether this should be anarchy or whether or not. But right now it's simply we've got a bunch of drones for government for governor.
Okay.
Well, anyways, I'll spend my nugget. to change my dice to a soul. But this won't change the experience that I get, so it doesn't matter actually. So I won't spend my nugget.
Okay.
And
This-
the nugget allows you for 3 increments. Including
3 increments to try it,
including the
and I got
government.
get the work.
Including the government can increment.
But I can't uplift Go.
Oh, that's the government. It's not about uplifting it. It's
Phil,
just
what do you say?
taking-
Yeah,
Mm.
it's not about uplifting. You can use that nugget to change the government if you want.
Oh, so that changes the whole picture of what I can actually do. Well, yeah, I spent my nugget, and I will do 3 nudges. I think I would want Star Launch at some point, so I spent 1 here to change it to soul. At least. And I will get 1 clock by nudging this government 2 times. Okay. Now I will. Maybe I would not. Yeah, I think I won't nudge the one on soul. I think I would leave this as is. So only nudge twice, and I do urbanization uplift action to change the die on arrival to 2 ice. And that's it for my turn.
Wow, you can choose any. Wow. Okay. That's a substantial uplift.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's your turn, Roger.
Okay. I'll move there. Okay. I'll move there. My experience is 2. I guess the economy is all reset now with whatever. Okay. My experience is 2. I can do 2 increments. I'm going to increment this one down to. Let me check the dice face. Okay. This is a 6, 4, 5. Okay. I will increment this down by 1. And the blue dice, I can increment it up by 1. Okay. Now, so checking my work, I've got 2 eyes, 3 clocks, and a soul. Eyes, 3 clocks, and a soul. Three clocks and a soul. Now, here's a question. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why I want to manipulate dice at this moment. Doing another star launch would be only possible in this direction, correct?
Correct. Only to Cygnus OB3.
Okay. And then the question is, why would I want to go there? I mean, it's got a mystery. Not the mystery that
It's got a
apparently seems-
mystery. This mystery is not very helpful for you, but
Yeah,
it
okay.
is helpful for another player,
The
for player
robots.
blue, for Maxime.
Oh, Maxime.
So
Sorry. Yeah.
it's possible that it's useful in negotiation with Maxime. If you can swap mysteries, things like that. There's a whole section on this.
Also, Phil, can I raise a topic really quick? That I think not only me, but everybody feels that ships are moving too slow.
Yes.
I mean, there was a previous iteration where the ship would move depending on the cargo, right? Well, what we call cargo now means if there were different colored dice. Now I see what could happen. Yeah, if there are different colored dice, then they would move. But that was a different.
Yeah, you could move the previous iteration. You could move the starship on your turn and on your partner's turn.
But then it would make they move at different speeds. Can't they just move at the end of some player's turn, all of them at the same time? It would make no sense that the partner amount makes the difference twice.
It would be the same thing if they all move once, you know.
Ah, yeah, that's true.
In a certain. Now they could move twice if the designer comes up with with an option.
Or make there less dots.
So for example, if I'm the captain, I can move it, but and if it's the mysteries are robots or whatever, maybe they could also move them as well. But well, I leave it to the designer to the reason why this move faster.
It doesn't have to be like 20 dots right here. It can be just 3.
Well, maybe I could use a nugget to, inject it into the reactor, and the starship goes faster. Okay.
Okay, I understand. It's possible to increase the time, decrease the dots, things like this. I'll look at that.
I mean, the last iteration was not too bad in that sense, allowing somehow multiple moves during a turn because of 2 players would move the ship, right?
Yeah.
That possibility. Okay. So, sure, I could go this way. Can you just remind me, Phil, of something? For example, once we do landfall. Sorry, that was work related.
Yes, landfill, landfall. Yeah. Okay.
I've got some projects that are landfill projects.
Yes.
To landfall. How is colonization done?
Well, you look at landfall up here.
Okay. Sorry. Thank you. Landfall.
So this is part of starship movement. If you move into an orbit, you look at the spectral class, and then you land, depending on what dice you have in cargo, you land that dice onto the world.
Okay, so it depends on the dice, the cargo dice.
Yeah.
All right. And if there's no cargo, there's no...
If there's no cargo at all in the starship, we destroy the starship.
No, but imagine it's got 2 fuel. For whatever reason, or it arrives at 1 fuel.
If it doesn't have any payload, counting payload as being... then we'll destroy it.
Okay. And if it doesn't have the right dice, so because I assume I see, okay, worlds can, like this one here, is that also a place for a blue dice and for a purple dice?
Correct. There's a blue dice and a purple dice there.
And all these areas have that. Okay. All right. And if if I make landfall here with a blue dice, so this becomes an inhabited zone, how can a purple dice appear there? Would that be a package thing? Packet launch?
Well, it's possible to do von Neumann, for instance, but it
there'd have
looks
to
like
be a robot.
it has to have existing. This was a problem that I never addressed. You can create life, but you can't create machines. I have to figure that out. I also wanted to say that if you've got a blue star, that's not great for life. You can just land purple dice there.
All right, let's see how this goes, because actually, so if I do a Starship launch, I don't know why I would want to have that mystery.
There's not much reason for that mystery for you, but it could be useful in negotiation. That's
But I'm not sure what I could negotiate here with player blue, because he gets the mystery, I guess. What type of negotiations could happen here, Phil, that would entice me to go there?
well, let me look at negotiations here, and I'll try to read it out loud and see if during your turn you may trade or buy work tokens, nuggets, assets, mysteries, information on mysteries, with terms that you negotiate with the other player. You can also negotiate concessions, which is permission to make a dice that's cooperative with you, cooperative to another player. So, so far, at the end of your turn, you may sell your leftover work tokens without physically swapping work tokens. You just change the color, and the purchaser moves one of their work tokens to the left in the discipline purchased. Nugget negotiation, you may exchange nuggets by changing their color. Ascents, these are transcendents. You can give or buy them. Just a second.
How do you change work tokens? Because is work. What do you mean by work tokens? You mean?
I mean those cubes. If
Cubes
you have the idea was if you had leftover hives, for instance, you could sell them to another player who's also in that region. So they would increase their work tokens by 3 in hive, or 2, or however many you're selling.
But don't we establish the economy every turn on our turn, like what economy we have? So how would that function? It's like they banking this or something?
Yeah.
If I give 3 hive now to player blue, it's like he's banking this for his next turn?
Yeah, so it just says for work tokens, at the end of your turn, you may sell, but not buy, your leftover work tokens. Without physically swapping work tokens, the purchaser moves one of their tokens. I guess it would be like the next player. I don't know if it works. It hasn't been play tested.
It's confusing because every turn you reset your economy depending on what the dice are, right? So whatever you spend, you take off all the cubes from your economy, and then you reset the whole thing.
Yeah, that I was thinking it is working.
Okay. So on my turn, I think I won't launch a starship because I need it for later. I don't know what the mystery is going to do. And what I will do is maybe the government, if it has your speciality, all dice in the region are cooperative. Okay, so I think, let me see. Big replicator. I don't see anything that I can do besides launching the starship.
So do you want to launch it?
Okay, sure. I'll launch. Launching a starship using. Well, I can use the two. I can use the eyes for that.
Yes.
Plus an eye. Plus my eye, my ego, and downgrading things by 3. So this goes down.
Go ahead and set your cargo first, though.
Thank you. So my cargo, I don't see the reason why I should negotiate with blue. I mean, I need clocks. I need braking fuel.
Okay.
And then and I have to do the downgrade, the austerity by 3. So I'll do this one here once. Twice. 3 times. There we go.
Okay.
And then I could do. Now, it would be nice if I could do a von Neumann probe and send it through these tracks. That sounds like a Van Neumann to me.
Yeah. But
You know,
no, I don't have.
create a nice little Van Neumann probe and send it along. No, that would be
Now,
nice.
let me just say that this is pretty much a Van Neumann probe.
Okay, Neumann. Okay, I see. All right, but I'm pretty happy with everything that is there.
Okay.
I pass.
All right. I'm going to move to here. And that's it for my turn.
Nope.
Looks like you're going to try to landfall, Peter. Good luck.
So
All right. All right. So you're moving there, and do you have braking fluid? No.
No.
So what you'll want to do is make a clock roll. You've got 2 clocks in that area, so you get to roll both those red die, and you want to roll at least 1 clock.
Okay.
Oh, and you got that 1 clock. So that means that you successfully landfalled, and you get to choose which world you want. Now, both of them are flare stars, which means they're both dangerous, but one's a blue giant, one's an orange dwarf. And what is your cargo on this? Your cargo is machines. So,
Does he get a nugget for? Oh no, that's only on a hazard, right? Okay, right. Sorry.
no, he does get a nugget for this. So you get a nugget for surviving the flyby, and go ahead and place a nugget in the Velo OB2 cluster here. Okay. Yeah, I keep changing that, Roger, but I decided that anytime you roll, you get a nugget.
Okay.
So, and now you get to landfall,
Okay.
and with an orange, you can landfall life, but not machines. And with blue, you can landfall machines. So what do you want to land on blue? Do you want to do your clocks or do you want to do your soul? Probably you want to do your soul. If you do so, you place it here. Now, yeah, this is goo landfall, robot landfall on any star. No, you can do your clocks here then. Now you can switch those two around. It doesn't really make much difference though. At this point, the spectral types are only for landfall. Now, during your landfall turn, you have to skip the rest of your turn. So it says
he can move his other ship though, right?
Oh yeah, he has to move his other ship.
And
All right, go ahead and
what did government mean?
Oh, let me see. It says government. So you get to establish a government right away, and we'll place this thing here. All right.
From what you okay. So it doesn't go on the planet, but it comes on the government, right?
Yes, that's what it says in landfall. This
Yeah.
is something I keep changing, but it says here in a Dyson landfall, you set up the government, you land a purple cube on the government and end your turn.
Yep.
And he also did an any star landfall with a robot.
Mhm.
So at any rate, that's the end of your turn, Peter.
Can you move the starship? I don't have any experience. I have 2 clocks and 1 soul. I use 1 clock and 1 soul to make a gray goo outbreak, and then transform this tree to a 0.
Okay.
And that's it for my turn.
All right, Roger,
so
what do you got?
I'm gonna move this one there. Sorry. And then all right, let me this up a little bit. Yeah. That one there. Yeah.
What are you doing with my starship?
It's the government is in the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay. And
And you move your other starship, I guess.
yeah. And this I don't know what I did to this guy here. It turned gray. And I move this one there. And I can roll 1, 2, 3, 4 dice.
4 dice.
Yeah, I guess there's only 3 or not.
Yeah, you're only allowed to roll up to 3, so go ahead and roll your 3. But if you fail this, it'll be, you know, monumental.
Don't I have like some kind of a special extra thing because I'm good?
I don't know.
I got, what is that one? Player
Says player black only.
All right, so I got a everything went fine. I get a nugget.
Correct.
Okay, that goes into gold belt.
Yes.
Okay. So I've moved. And,
in other words, it's a gold nugget.
All right. Well, I'd always get the nugget one way or the other. It's a nice gold nugget. Yep. That's done. Now, in theory, I could do stuff in this region now, right?
Yes, you can do stuff in that region right now, like solve the mystery maybe, or something.
So if I solve this mystery, what happens to a solved mystery? It stays with this chit, yeah, stays where it is, or like VP
If you
points.
solve the mystery, first of all, for this particular mystery, it blows up everything in the system.
Yes. Thank you, Peter.
But another problem is that you need permission from the government to solve the mystery.
But I
One
am
thing
the
you
government.
could try to do is launch another starship from there if you wanted to.
That's why I shouldn't have done anything with the other starships I see, because I don't have starships to launch from there. But I am the government. It's a sole government. I mean, what does government say?
Well, then maybe you should try to solve the mystery. Now, I don't know if you want to. That's self-destructive. But
so here's a question, Phil. If this mystery destroys everything there,
yeah,
how do we get to this place?
well, you're gonna have to take the long way.
But can we still do this route, or after everything's
God,
destroyed, can you send another one here?
Question. Yes, you can still do that route. You can make turns.
And once everything's destroyed, and after the mystery destroys everything, will there still be some planets that we can do again, send something here again?
With a supernova, it's blowing up everything in the region and it's permanently sterilized. So the only thing that'll be left is somebody gets a mystery. Whatever's on the other side of that, we don't know what it is. The payment for solving the mystery, by the way, is on the other side. You need to do an uplift in this area to be able to peak, to be able to solve the mystery. So the process is if you can uplift this guy here, you'll be able to peak and perhaps sell this information to someone else who does want the mystery, like player black would want it.
Selfish uplift. Well, I have no hives to selfish uplift that there. Though I could maybe do a von Neumann.
Yeah, you could. And spread to the other world.
And this von Neumann, I'd have to turn this, well, wait, I could do increments. Yeah, could do increments, yeah. Well, but that's only government increments, not this, yeah. It'll take some time to peek at that, which is okay, not bad. If I spread to the other world, this will help player black to peek, and they really want to destroy that.
They really want to destroy that.
Yeah.
Clone Wars or something.
I could launch a starship, like you said, right?
Yeah.
But to launch a starship, I'd need. Yeah, there's nothing there right now. There's just some stupid robots. The Dyson sphere with a lot of energy, but they worth nothing.
You can send a packet to change orientation there.
Send what? Package.
You could send a package back to Earth.
Back to Earth.
No, I think from Earth to there.
No, I don't know, Phil. How does this package thing, and what is it for, in any case?
All right. Well,
Reorient
packet launch is you use your little package token, wherever that is.
the radio or the...
Yeah, radio or the rock. So you
Yeah.
send it, and on the other side is a radio or a rock, but you keep it secret whether or not you're sending, a message which allows you to God, what does it allow? I've forgotten.
It
I think
reorients the walls.
One is a drop stone, basically. Just a rocket thrown at a world. And the other one is a propaganda radio.
Yeah, propaganda radio.
And this moves like a starship, right?
Yes, it moves like a starship.
And I could send a package either from Gold Belt to OB2 or vice versa.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think you cannot. Probably not.
Or reorient balls. And incrementing cooperative civilizations. So yeah, it's just basically we stack. This guy has to become uplifted before anything
Yeah.
can happen. And I think I'll leave that to Peter to do. He can do all the work. No, but Van Neumann, what's a Van Neumann cost? Von Neumann. I don't have the eyes. The government doesn't count for work, does it? It doesn't.
It does if you are the government.
If you are the government, it counts for work. So if I am the government, I'll get 2 soul there?
Yeah.
Okay. So 2 clocks urbanization uplift. Yeah. 2 goo biogenesis. I don't see anything. It's your turn.
Okay. I will move mine to here. And I'll go ahead and roll my dice, which is there's a whole bunch of clocks.
Phil, you moved it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, there's a lot of clocks.
Okay. I get a nugget for the hive in here. And I am interested in launching a starship from here but I can't really do it because I'm alive and there's nothing alive here. And I don't have a nugget in the area, so I really am so I think I'm going to try do a packet launch to point to inhabited region, 2 hives or a soul. I don't have the government any longer. But I do have 2 hives. So I'm going to spend those to send a packet.
If they're you're gonna hide them and flip them in,
Yeah.
randomize them. I don't know.
How do you peek at them?
Alt Shift,
Oh, Alt Shift.
left, Alt Shift.
Um,
I think we maybe should make them smaller.
yeah. If
I'll
you can
make
make
it
that small.
Yeah.
What? Scale down? I don't know. For some reason, it's not working
Shall I
for
try?
me.
Shall I try?
Yes. Go ahead and try.
Probably there is some minimums.
Yeah, that's the minimum size. This map needs to be bigger.
Yeah, the map has to be bigger.
Yeah, then right in the middle. I'll try it. I'll try it.
All right.
There you go. That's fine.
All right, I'm ending my turn.
I move the ship. So what can I do in this region? Because for any uplift I need 2 symbols. I do not have.
Okay, if you want to be solving the mystery, you could either star launch or solve the mystery. If you want to peak, you're going to have to do a selfish uplift. And you'll need I think you'll have to expend your nugget and go by 3 steps, and you need to get a double hive out of this. So one way to get a double hive is from this one and the government one.
Can I increment the 0 size?
No. You can't increment.
Can't increment to 0 dice. You have to do work for that.
Can you blindly just try to solve the mystery or something? Or not?
Well, this is what Pons wants, but he has to know what to spend for this.
Mm-hmm.
And you need to have a civilization to solve a mystery. So the real problem is I want the players to have options to get this uplift going. And there's only machines.
I want
does
to
it
make
mean?
some copy of me, but I still need 2 dice, 2 symbols for like von Neumann.
Now, you could try to create life on this world.
Ah, yes, right. I will try.
We'll give you two hives for later.
I do the abiogenesis.
And just to be clear, Phil, he can do it because his economy, because he's got a government, so he can use the icons of the government as economy symbols.
Yes, that's what I meant to say.
Can I use it or not?
Yes, you can use it.
Because
You're the government.
it's purple, or
Because it's purple, apparently, yes. Because the government is, if it's your speciality.
But his speciality is
no.
clock.
It's clocked.
Yeah.
No, you're clocked. So you can't use the government.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, I brought wrong dice with me. Actually.
Well, you can always launch another one.
You could launch another one to that site. Now, what I'd really like him to be able to do is a robotic outbreak in the government. But all he's got are clocks.
Why would you want to do that?
I'd like to have this 2 clocks here. Can someone make a pen to make that 2 clocks?
Why would you want to do that, Phil?
Well, because the robot player needs to have options for a robotic outbreak in a place that only has robots and a government. So that's the only reason. That's the only thing I was thinking of.
But in any case, if that has 2 clocks, that's a robotic outbreak turns. Does that mean it can turn a government as well?
Yes.
Because that's not what it says there, right? It's just, it says, this one says government. Revolution, a government, that's what I understand here. A revolution changes the government, but these ones don't change government dice.
Well, you've got a good point, but I'd like that to be able to change the government.
Okay, and Second point, if he changes the government, he's just changing it into a robot, into more clocks.
Which is
Yes.
not helping
And
me.
then there's 4 clocks there.
Yes, he's got 4 clocks there. But he's got to be able to uplift, and he needs life. So I need to have a way. Player Blue, can you move your hand for a second?
Yes, you probably need the 2 clocks here for the goo outbreak. But this
Yeah.
this still says that you probably need 2 clocks for the goo abiogenesis.
Yeah.
Is probably what you need.
That's what I need. I need 2 clocks on that. I apologize. I should have done a lot more self-testing here.
That's okay.
Yeah,
I
I
just
think
don't
it's
know how to
okay.
put
It's just happening, and we see.
clocks for goo. Okay. So I've changed it. You can do the 2 clocks now. You can make a goo there if you want.
I will. I make the go. Can the blue dice be on the blue giant?
They can be on the blue giants. They just can't make landfall on the blue giants.
Yes, I am done.
Okay, I don't have any experience. I just have 2 hives and 2 clocks. I move my ship. I spent 2 clocks to transform the goo into 2 eyes and have two hives, at which I could do a packet launch. But Phil, can you explain what does the packet launch do?
Yes. So you send it to a inhabited area, and at the moment there are no inhabited areas except for this one, which already has a packet on it. You can only have 1 starship or packet per trek. So a packet launch is not an option for you now, but basically you take one of your 2 packets and secretly decide whether or not it's propaganda or a rock, if you want to harm the destination or if you want to try to revive it or reorient it, was the basic ideas behind this.
Well, you can do a packet launch from here to gold. And there are 2 hive symbols there.
Yeah. Now the rules right now say that there's only 1 starship or packet per trek, and that trek's already full, but
yeah. Okay.
Well, in any case, I have 2 hives left and I would want to do a selfish uplift. With 2 hives, I will uplift the robot on Sol.
Okay.
And that's it for my turn. Also, I will go in half an hour.
Okay.
All right, this one moves to there. This one moves to there. And I need to do a 2 dice roll
clocks.
here. 2 clocks here, so these ones here. It's all okay. And I get a nugget
You get a
there.
nugget in that.
Place. Okay.
Okay.
And this looks good. Now I can't launch ships from here because I don't have ships to launch. Try to peek at that mystery. But if I do anything right now, what's enlightenment equals 3?
Equals +3. That means that if you do a mystery solve, then you get to, it's the opposite of austerity. You get to bolster the civilizations by up to 3.
So I could do a selfish uplift there and peek at the actually I can do either a urbanization or a selfish uplift. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to do that for fun then, because I choose my region, this one here. My experience is 2, sorry, not 2, it's 3, but I can't increment dice there. So the economy is,
Yes.
I look at the dice. So I take all these cubes out of here, right? Out of my,
Yes.
and I redo it depending on this place.
Correct.
So I am soul. So I am government. I get 2 soul, 2 clocks, and 2
Hives.
hives. Here. Okay. Souls, 2 clocks, and 2 hives. And I will just, I want to peek, and I will then use the. This is interesting. Okay.
I don't like that laugh.
This is going to be nice. I'm going to do a selfish uplift, which is 2 hives.
Which
And
one are you uplifting?
Well, a selfish uplift, I can only uplift the robots.
Yes, that's right.
And I will uplift them to, let me see. We're 3. Where are you? This one? Yeah. That's 1. And I can peek at the mystery.
Yes.
So I will peek. Okay, and the icons I see are the ones that are required to solve the mystery.
Yes, there should be a double icon, and that is the cost of doing the mystery.
Okay.
And I forget what other icons there are on this. There may just be some fluff and not any icons on it. But
they're
the
just
basic
icons.
thing is the cost to solve the mystery.
Okay, my second work is to do an urbanization uplift, which costs 2 clocks. And I have 2 clocks to use. And that allows me to uplift the blue player, the blue species, and I will uplift it to that one.
What?
And that's Now I do have two. If I have two souls, I have no ship to launch. I can't launch a packet. I don't have a starship, and that ends my turn.
Okay. So I'm moving my starship. I want to.
I think by now you should be here. I believe.
And it's possible I missed one. I want to launch from here. Oh, I also have to move this thing. Also, I want to launch a starship from here, which costs me 1 I, which is that one. So I'm going to take a starship. And I want to go. Yeah, I want to go here. So I'm going to place some. I'm going to place a number 5 here, or number 4 there, and braking fluid. Thanks. You know, the nozzle's towards the back.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
It's fine. I'm ending my turn.
Don't you have to degrade the dice? What's it called?
Oh, yes,
Sorry.
I have to degrade the blue dice, so I'm going to
Austerity.
degrade this to 1.
And could you use this region as now your dice, or how it's counted?
Well, he can use blue. He can use blue dice. Right? But and the blue dice was an I, so he could use that work, the I work.
Okay.
He had exactly 1 I work that he could use only. No, sorry, Phil. You could have also used this I.
I
Correct?
don't think I could use it because I don't have any machines.
Oh, it's okay. Exactly. Okay. So you could only use that I.
I move the ship. And now. So my cooperative dice are clock and purple, or
In which region are you looking at?
so that
Yes, your cooperative dice for a machine is this one. Now you might be able to do Yvonne Neumann.
He doesn't have Hive for that.
Oh God. No Hive. Well, I'll tell you. I will sell you the hive for nothing. Just as long as you end up with a clock on this world. I'm allowed to make this dice cooperative for you so that you can have the hive you need to von Neumann over to here, which I desperately need.
And one more question. Is this Flare Star? And we done the work at Flare Star.
Oh God. Yeah. Let's ignore the flare stars for a minute. This is still work in progress.
Okay. So if you allow me to use that dice, I can make the von Neumann.
Yes.
And I make another robot. And with the souls, I can make those. No, I cannot. Keep launch. I'm done.
Okay, Maxime.
Yep, I'm trying to think what will make sense. Well, this region is going to explode, right? Very soon.
Yeah, it'll explode soon. Go ahead and move your blue starship, though.
Mhm.
I've actually made it very tough. Made it difficult for him to explode it that soon.
Well, I think you can use your souls to match the dice and have your 2 eyes. Really easy.
Well, he needs
If you're
to
looking,
peek, he needs to peek at it, and he needs
Yes,
authorization from
or
the
he
government.
can buy the information from you. I was thinking myself to buying that information from you if you would accept a nugget back in Gould's belt. I would gladly see if but it doesn't make much sense for me anymore since I lost the government. But it would make sense for the soul player. For the soul player, player purple, I think it makes sense for you to try to buy that information from Roger if he'll deal.
You mean the clock player? Buy the information. The robot.
Yeah, maybe I do
buy
mean the clock player.
Because I'm the sole purple player.
Yes. I think clock has a nugget in that area, and maybe it'd be good for them to know how to solve that mystery and be able to solve it on their turn and blow everything up. But
Okay.
But at the moment, nuggets are only useful to do dice manipulation, right?
yes,
So I won't sell the information to him. He's going to blow up that region. What am I going to do with a nugget?
in a
An
blown up
empty
region. Well,
in a blown up region.
That's a very good question. There's nothing you can do.
Well, okay. In case I just choose this region, I have one nudge. I'll just change this dice once, and that's it.
You can't.
Can't
Can't- No, you can't change the government with a cyberspace thingy.
Civilization or Dyson. Okay.
Yeah, you have to do work to change the government.
Yeah.
It has to be a revolution or.
Okay, then I choose this one. I have 3 eyes. Oh no, I can change the government. Yeah. I changed this one, and that's it.
Okay.
Okay, I move here. I guess this is safe to move into this different icon thingy, which is a Starlink. Is that
Yeah. That's nothing special about that at this point in the game.
it's nothing to do with Elon Musk? Okay.
No.
Can I stop here? Landfall. I've got fuel to break.
Okay.
I use the fuel. And this will end my turn. But before that, I do so. This will go to. Well, there's only one place it can go to, which is here.
Yeah.
And that's all rightful, and I end my turn. That's it.
Yes, you end your turn. So I'm going to move this starship to here, and I'll go ahead and roll 2 die.
What if there was no clocks? Then you just have to.
I'd have to lose one of my cargo.
Yeah. Okay.
Is it okay?
Looks like it. Yeah. And you get a nugget there.
Yes, I get a nugget. I'll put a nugget here. I also move my rock in here.
Oh, it's a rock. You said it's a rock.
Yeah, but according to the rules, packet should move first.
Oh, okay. Is that right? I forgot that.
Okay.
All right. Well, at any rate, this rock will take out these things.
Not the clock one.
Not the clock one. I need those clocks.
Not the clock one. Okay. It's just like. Okay.
Okay. And I also move this starship here.
So it only hit one of the not the whole world.
No, it'll take this one out too.
Single world. Okay.
So I don't really like killing off the life forms because that's part of my victory thing. So that whole exercise was a bit misguided. But I was doing this in your own best interest here. I didn't want the whole thing to blow up.
So you just wiped out a whole civilization.
Yeah, a whole civilization. Yeah, that's
to keep to because the it was better than allowing that whole thing to blow up with the mystery there. Okay. I guess there's some logic there.
There is some logic there, yes.
We defended this was in your best interest that we had to wipe you all out.
Have you read the Dasade experiment, Turtle?
No, I have not.
It's by the author of Dune, Frank Herbert, and it's about breeding an entire civilization on a toxic planet and locking them in there just to try to breed a better society. And this is called the Dasade experiment. And the experiment works too well. The civilization figures out a way to get over the god wall that's trapping them on this toxic world, and then takes over the Confederacy. So anyway, it's classic sci-fi by Frank Herbert.
I see. I did not know his other, not his other books besides the Dune ones. Okay, so that sounds extreme. An extreme
Yeah.
situation.
So I choose this world.
Okay.
And I make another goo biogenesis.
Because you got 2 clocks to do it.
And I can use it on any world in the region. Right?
Yes.
That's all problem.
So my ship arrives.
Okay.
I discard 1 fuel.
Sure. And you're landing at it looks like an M dwarf. What does that allow you to land? You can land goo or robots.
And I have none.
No, you have goo though. The blue one. And then. Oh no?
Okay.
Yeah.
Phil, how does it have to change that blue to a goo?
Yes, it'll have to change this to a goo.
Oh no.
Okay.
So now you can change if it arrives as land 4 or as the government.
Yeah, what's the government? Yeah, that's a good point there. You do create. No, there is no government. Doesn't
Yeah,
say
it
government
just
there.
lands on the world without a government on a type M star.
Okay. So you have to form a government there. Okay.
Yeah, you're going to have to form one.
That place is
And
really
there's
bad.
yeah.
Yeah, that place is terrible. I wonder if I should make this, I'm going to upgrade to Crab Nebula. I'm going to make it an orange star. If I make it an orange star, yeah, then you can land your civilization there.
Fantastic.
I'm making
And-
this.
And make a government?
Actually, yeah, this will go on the government right here. This, you get your starship back.
All right. Well, I choose that region. I guess the only logical option I could do is to cyberspace my government. I can't cyberspace my government. I don't think you have any options other than star launch.
You can't even star launch because it's uninhabited. I mean, there's no. You can't pay the fee for austerity.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Right. So he's going to need a civilization there. But can he get?
I can't.
You could do goo biogenesis.
But how
we
would
need
I pay for it?
needs 2 clocks for it.
Oh, he's got 2 clocks. All right. Well, we're going to need 2 clocks or 2 eyes on goo biogenesis.
Well, it just happened that he had 2 eyes, so he thought
Yeah.
ahead. Great for him. But if he didn't
Well,
have,
if he didn't,
yeah.
he'd have to increment it up to that.
Well,
but you
fantastic
can't
decision by
increment it.
me.
You can only do a revolution of a government. That's the only. How can you increment the governments?
I
But
think you
even I-
can increment the government if you are the government.
Okay, but why do these stars create governments? The landfall creates a government, but does not create a world with something. I mean, civilization, landfall creates government, but doesn't create, you know, a world.
I think you got a point. Let's create the government and a civilization.
And the civilization is what, a goo one or something, or sorry, it's a civilization can't be goo, so it's his choice.
Oh, the civilization will be the same as the government.
Okay. A lot of eyes you're going to have there. A lot of ego. Very selfish place.
Yes, very selfish.
So you can.
So he did landfall, so that's the end of his turn, but you can do that and you can set it to the same.
so that's it for my turn.
Not that it helps a lot, but okay.
Well, the next
this.
thing he might do, conceivably, is a Van Neumann, if he can
He has no hive.
cyberspace his way down to a hive.
Ah, okay. Yeah. All right. I will move the starship. And let me see here. Could try to peek at this monolith.
Okay, so you're uplifting something?
I need to. I've got, what is that? 2 clocks there.
Yeah.
2 clocks. I could abiogenesis for now.
Yeah, that's what I would do. I biogenesis for now.
And if I do biogenesis, someone else is going to peak. So I'm done.
So it's a chump issue.
Well, it would be out of curiosity for me because I don't care about the monolith myself. So I'll let someone else do the work for it.
Sure. Oh, it's my turn. I'm going to advance my starships. And 2 clocks. I can't really. I'm ending my turn.
I move the ship. I roll 2 dice. Okay. Again, the nugget.
Yeah.
When I found him, where are the nuggets?
They should be able to flip them around. I think there are many here.
Yeah, you get to flip them.
You flip and see which one has yours.
Oh,
I don't know what's wrong.
Well, maybe there's a soul that I can exchange. This is ego. I don't have.
Doesn't look-
Man, you
I-
gotta
I-
duplicate.
I can clone.
So, Turtle, you're dealing in souls. Is this what I heard?
Yes,
Buying and selling souls.
apparently, yep, that's me. I think this plane of existence is.
I do the work at Ovella world.
Okay.
I gain 2 clocks. And do I get the souls for Gamert or not?
No, you don't get those souls for government.
I do the urbanization uplift and go to something there.
You could change it to clock. Number 2.
Probably. And I can pick on the
Yes.
and I'm done.
Are you happy with what you saw, Peter?
Maybe.
Okay, I looked at it. I don't think I have any way to peek at the mystery. Because the only option would be the urbanization uplift. But it would require work to be done of goo being transformed, and there is not enough place for goo to be there. Or selfish uplift also would work. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's so much nudging. Oh god. Okay. So yeah, I choose that region I get for experience. I nudge the government 4 times. I get a hive and 2 eyes. And I make von Neumann once.
Okay.
And after this turn, I'm going to
So-
go.
Oh, the problem with the von Neumann and the panspermia. Well, actually, the problem with the von Neumann, it says create robot from existing robot.
Yeah, I have to
Ah,
change
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
to. I have to change that so it just creates.
In any case, it was a pleasure. I have some thoughts. I will write them to you, Phil.
Oh, okay. You're bowing out.
Yeah, I have to go.
All right. Thank you very much for playing. And let me know your thoughts.
Of course.
I'll respond to them.
Yeah, but immediately I'll tell you that I feel like it would be more fun if it would take much less time to travel between different regions. And the
Yeah,
game would
so
scale
I
out
can increase the
much faster.
time to like 2,000 years divided by the player count, and then divide the number of dots in half. Yeah, I'll try that.
In any case, thank you so much. See you again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you
Bye.
very much for playing.
Bye,
Yeah.
Maxim.
Goodbye.
I mean, I could see you creating a von Neumann by using a nugget to make a robot out of it.
Yeah, that I'll write that down, but you're not always going to have a nugget.
Well,
But
if I may say, I think I'm not sure why the nuggets. Maybe, well, I'm sure there's a reason why the nuggets appear in the region, and you got to use them in the region. But from a negotiation point of view,
that's very limiting.
Yeah, and it seems to be best if you collect the nuggets on your board, on your personal board, let's say,
Yeah.
and then you use it as a bargaining chip, and for whatever thing you can use it anywhere, wherever it's usable.
Yeah.
At any time.
Now, and I could end up that way. The nuggets could be universal. It's Pons is an extremist or a purist in this regard, that he says that you earn a nugget here, you're going to have to send it at the speed of light to somewhere else. He wanted nuggets to be actually traveling on the lanes, and I had to veto that.
But I mean, I can understand that point of view. I've discussed it with him, and I think it's also important to keep some kind of sense of the time dilation in all of this, because there is huge time differences, and it is a challenge on how that works. I think it's like a simulation that's basically telling. For me, it shows that it's probably very difficult to establish any type of galactic rule empire, because unless you have,
it's not just difficult, it's impossible, I would
yeah,
say.
unless unless there's a system that breaks the travel rule, right? The instance travel,
Some sort of wormhole or something. But
what I was going to say,
it's at least possible to justify universal nuggets in. Well, I'm not sure if it's possible to justify it, but possible to justify it from a game point of view, ignoring simulation.
Yeah, here's just another idea to try and conciliate the two things between what Mathew would like is it could be maybe a universal thing that could still take time to arrive. In that case, it's just a different time measurement. Rather than traveling on the tracks, it's on your board, but a part of the movement phase is you can move a nugget on your board from one spot to the other until it reaches a specific spot that says, now the nugget is yours, for example. You know what I mean? I'm trying to
I
say.
think so. I don't think that's bad. In other words, to
The
move
time is
nuggets from one region to another along a lane, that might be okay.
Oh no, I'm not saying moving the nuggets along the region along the lanes.
You're
Not
saying
these.
have a
These
track on your board that
yes.
shows.
Yeah. Yeah. For example, if you take my board, just as an example, there's already some spaces there, which I know are for different things. But if I get a nugget, I could put it on at on space on the top space, and then every movement phase it moves down, down, down until it reaches a point where okay, now this nugget is mine. I can use it wherever I want. So
All right.
just another way of maybe keeping this time dilation thing, perhaps. But
Yes,
okay,
and not having the board crowded
yes,
with
yeah.
junk.
Yeah.
I think the moving nuggets along the lines will make it problematic and some hassle to do.
Well, it's not exactly. It's not only that, but it's not only that. The question then becomes move them to where, right? Because once this starts populating, it's do they have to always move to the gold belt or gold belt? Yeah, or you understand that this becomes it's
Yeah.
what are we saying that Sol is always the center of the galaxy? Why are they moving in this direction? Why shouldn't they move the other direction to a different place? And why do you want to move it to that place? And I think the purpose of the nuggets, as for now, we're using them as bargaining chips or things, or to break some rules, not to break some rules, but to like increment dice. So in other words, to have some influence on the dice, etc. So okay, while they're being regionally used at this moment, I think it makes it be preferable to have them in your hand, that you can have more negotiations, right? And probably open up the space for the nuggets to not only serve to manipulate dice, but maybe manipulate something else. Maybe, I don't know. That's my
Your idea about having nuggets maturing on their own track on your it's starting to grow on me. It'd be nice if
which would have a different time tempo, which will make it shorter, of course, than all this waiting period, and
yeah.
it's still fine. Okay, so
My idea how to make nuggets more useful, that nugget in the region can be used to change the dice by 3, but it can be used in neighboring region by only 1.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, yeah, why not? Why not?
All right, I'm writing that down because I kind of like that too.
Yeah. I still haven't seen the exact value of negotiating a nugget, and that's yeah.
Well,
Okay.
I did manage to carry off a negotiation.
Mm-hmm.
Which saved my starship.
What was the can you remind me what it was?
Yeah, this starship needed to have clocks in order to survive this this hazard. The LIC, local interstellar clouds. I needed clocks. And Peter couldn't make any clocks. So I gave him permission to use my I think it was Soul that allowed him to spread the panspermia, the clocks, to another world, which saved my starship.
And you gave him a nugget that you had there.
I gave him no nuggets. I said, I will grant you permission to use my piece. I won't charge you nothing.
I see. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
But the question here is, what do you want to use the nugget for? I mean, it could be interesting to maybe allow them to pay for work, because I see in some situations you don't have the dice for it, and maybe you use a whole nugget for it. Though thematically, I'm not sure what the nuggets are, but
well, the nuggets are supposed to be thematically the same as they are in Interstellar. Information that's encoded in exotic particles collecting on your dust shields of your starship. And so this information could be used. I'm seeing that the nuggets might be more useful locally if they were like wild work. You could use them to stand for any kind of work. Expend one nugget, you get one work of your choice.
yeah, I mean that could be good, right? But then, of course, some worlds will never have nuggets. This one in particular, and another reason to probably allow the nuggets to transfer to your board, being universal, let's say. I mean, that could be a reason to have them universal rather than local.
Or at least, like Peter says,
Peter, yes,
some reduced.
Jason, yeah, at a reduced cost. Which, yeah, why not? That can also be, that can also be. I think Pons,
All right,
Mathew might also fine with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm moving here. I thought I had ready. Okay, I didn't. Okay. Didn't I already move here? I guess not. Wow, okay. I'm rolling. I did get a clock, so I do get a nugget there, which is a soul.
And let's try this Peter's way. In other words, you can trade in your nugget for 2 wild work in that region or 1 wild work in an adjacent region.
Okay. Fine. Oh boy, that's interesting. So what to do here? There is no place at the moment that so you can do wild work here. So another thing of the mysteries, Phil, they don't really provide you anything, correct, to a player who's not interested in the specific mystery. Like it's okay. I will pause. I'll finish. I just moved. I'm fine with it.
Okay, it's my turn. I got a lot of arrivals. Let me just look at Mystery Solve here, what it says. Need peak and permission, enlightenment +3, cost as marked. All right. Okay, so I've got a couple of arrivals. I'm going to move to here. And I have to roll.
How did you get a robot as cargo?
Um,
You just chose it.
how did I get a robot as cargo?
And
I'd
copied
like to
existing
say that I
dice.
negotiated for this. I think
You copied a dice that was here. There was no negotiation. You just took a
Yeah,
purple
I
dice
think
and you put
so.
it there.
what do you think, Peter?
You just copied the dice and
I copied the dice. Well, I'm not supposed to just copy the dice if it's not cooperating. I have to negotiate with, well, for instance, you to be able to do this. So let's just say that I'll make this hive into black just so I'm a little bit legal. Can you copy this and put it in a Google belt? And then there's a neutron star, white dwarf, and those don't sound very hospitable. I can't really land. Anything on here.
Why can't you land? Oh, on which one? On the white dwarf.
On the white dwarf, I can't. Well, I can land the robots, or I could land the robots here, but I don't really have any place to land the goo.
You can't land on the OBA? Oh, no, you can't. Okay. So what happens to the goo then?
I think the goo is gone. Goes back to God. I'm tempted to say that I should be able to do at least a government there, but I'm not sure where the government's going to live if neither of these worlds can land something comfortably. So I'm just going to get my starship back to here. I'm going to make a second landfall over here, spend my fuel.
And you also can't
And I also
landfall.
can't land on this place.
So that was for nothing there.
That was for nothing. Both of them were for nothing.
You're the worst expansionist in the
Yes, I'm the worst.
Oh my god. 3,000 years for just thrown out the window.
Thrown out the window. Well, I have to do. The hive is at kind of a disadvantage here. So I have to do something about that. But for now, I'm going to just take them off. Even if I made them into the government, I wonder if it's possible to set up nothing but a government at such things. I'd have to say that they're living in a space station. It's not very satisfactory, but I'm going to try. In any case, this ends my turn.
But do you want to put a government? Oh, you did already, right? You put a
Yeah.
government there as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the blue squares on stars are misleading. You can land
Well,
there.
you can't land there, but you can still create a colony there, right?
You
Later
can
on.
still create a colony, but you'll have to create it from your machines. It's possible in Dolphin Head, I'll have to try to come up with another star. I'm not sure.
Like it can be the dash line on these divide wars and the solid line on normal words that you can see some difference maybe.
To distinguish whether or not you can make landfall, right?
Yes.
Okay.
On other hand, the blue star has no square.
I think it could or should have a square on it.
Yes.
All right.
My turn. Sorry.
Yeah.
I move the shape. So I can make the nugget for some while to work.
Yes.
For 2 icons in the region or 1 icon out of the region. In adjacent region.
Yeah.
So I do work here. And I send the starship.
Okay.
This way.
All right.
And I make this cargo.
Okay.
And then I take the nugget for 2 hives to solve the mistake.
Oh, 2 eyes. All right. So go ahead and flip it over. For 2 hives, actually.
Yes.
Now, I had at one time 2 hives there. I could have solved it if someone had sold me this information. I'm upset, but anyway, never mind that. So, you are player black, so you get to place this right onto your collection here. The supernova will blow up everything in that area. So we'll return those.
And the starship stays.
The starship
The nugget?
The starship should stay. Technically, it's running at 99% the speed of light, and the destructive particles are also running at 99% the speed of light, so it should stay ahead of the destruction.
And you could make a starship even though there's a government on the other end?
That's a question. He was able to make a starship. I didn't watch how he did it, but I think he did it.
You can't make a starship if there's a civilization, right? Like this is now.
Yes,
Correct.
he's able to make a starship because he's going to an uninhabited region.
Okay, even if there's a government, it's still considered uninhabited.
Yeah, this government's semi-unofficial till I decide whether or not it's really there or not. But yes, this is a really good question. Uninhabited if government.
That's right. I was thinking can make starship when this is empty, but probably
So
not that
starship
true.
when there's no. Well, the thing is the thing is, for example, here you take this one here, right? The mystery is empty, but you can't make a starship to go there anymore because.
Yeah, but it is possible that you could make a starship to go to here, traveling through this, so that you would set your cargo for these. I don't really want you to use this cargo because that was brought on a different starship. And this cargo is actually gone, by the way, because the starship land. Oh, did you make this cargo or did I?
That was new cargo I just added.
Yeah, okay, that's your cargo. So yeah, it's okay to go to this place. That's fine.
And the nugget, yeah?
I think that nugget is gone.
But he is going to create a nugget in this region for nothing. Well, okay, it's the adjacency will.
Yeah, the adjacency rule.
Can be used. All right. How do people know that this thing is no longer viable to colonize?
I'm getting rid of that rule. You can colonize it if you feel like it, but
Right. And how could you do that?
But if I took the mystery, how it's done?
if there's no mystery there, then there's not a whole lot of point to establishing a civilization there, unless you just wanted to increase the population number. But there's not a lot of point to doing anything where the mystery's already solved.
Okay, so I have a follow-up question here.
I think when the mystery is gone, you cannot go here again.
Well, in some situations,
that is true. You cannot go here again because there's really no. Well, you could set cargo here. I'll think about that. It would be nice to say you can't go there if there's no mystery, just because I don't want spamming starships.
I think that's fine that you can't go there. I was just asking how would people know, right? I mean, I guess it's self-evident. If there's no mystery and no civilization, it's done. It's
Yeah, it's
nothing more.
done.
Now, but my
You can
follow-up
possibly
question,
place some token here.
yeah, you probably could put a token saying, nothing here to see, move along.
Yeah. Construction zone or destruction zone.
So my follow-up question is, if we imagine that this was done sooner, and this place here, it's still no, there was no Starship launched to this place yet, to the Dolphin Head Nebula.
Yes, you asked this question before.
So this thing blows up. Means a starship starting from there would have to travel the full length there.
Yes.
You have to
Yes.
do that, right? Okay, I'm moving and land falling there. Taking the fuel. And this is what is that? A yellow thingy, type G.
Yeah, type G, just like Soul.
And the type G is this here. And it says world is goo. So this guy is nothing. I can't place him anywhere. No robots in a type G. Correct?
No, a type G will take robots.
Oh, there. This one here. Civilization. Oh, but it says government equals blue on type K or G.
I think I want to have government and civilization on
I
both
see.
of those.
So government is purple on types G and civilization, but I've only got one dice, yeah. So
yeah.
And is there a spot for purple there or
there is
not?
a spot. Yes, there is a spot for a type G there. Yes. I mean, I don't see the purpose of landfall just being government. First thing people really wanna do is set foot on the
Boots
on the ground.
Yeah, it makes
ground, and then
more sense for me, like land, and next time you care
and then
about.
if there is another spare a spare dice, then make a government. But otherwise, the first thing you want to do is boots on the ground, and then government. Well, we'll see what we can do.
All right, I'll work on that.
All right, so that's the land, and that I don't have anything else to move. That ends my turn.
Okay.
And also, as a note, these yellow stars species can be larger, or it's not visible. There is a square enough.
All right. Visibility of the bubble on yellow giants or yellow stars. I'm writing it down. Okay. It's a lot of work. I don't have any starships left, but I think I will pick this one, and I should be able to get a starship out from there. No, I can't, because I need a civilization to get a starship out, and I don't got one. No, I got nothing.
You can't even. Could you, in theory, create a civilization there?
Well, the first step is abiogenesis, I would imagine. So, abiogenesis is clocks or souls, and I cannot influence the government because I don't have the government and I don't have any nuggets left. So I don't think that I can do anything in Dolphin Head as it stands.
But imagine you could. Would that then neutralize the incoming starship? I think you, even for these dwarfs, you have to allow landfall.
Yeah.
Even if it's just glue on a dwarf or something. I don't know. Or not. Or no government at all. I don't know. But yeah. Because if you could create something now, it is going to conflict with the incoming starship cargo.
Yes, it sure would.
Unless
The
you allow
incoming.
for
I mean,
war.
what I would create would be blue dice, which would not exactly interfere with it because he's only got machines.
Yeah,
Unless there's war.
this ship probably should not be able to go there.
Module
Yeah.
2, war.
But I'm not sure that this dice should be here either. I still have to think about this. I don't know. I don't know how to resolve it at the moment.
Okay.
Or my other illegal outpost is here.
Oh no, there's some robots there. The dice, some trouble. Some solar
there
panels.
is.
A few solar panels around that dwarf.
There's a few solar panels. So, I could do, if I selected this, I have no nuggets. And I've got 2 clocks and 2 hives. Except technically, I don't have these clocks because I don't have taxonomy for them. They're just robots. Of course, I'm just goo. Technically, with a civilization like this, nothing should happen. I shouldn't be able to do anything. I really need to get some sort of civilization down here, not just unintelligent beings.
I would say they're kind of like a spearhead of civilization, like some probes.
Yeah, this is some sort of, like those plans to try to make a planet habitable with replicating machines and goo and stuff like that without any boots to go on the ground. I'm going to end my turn because
Well, 2 clocks. So you are dependent on the purple player to create goo on the world.
Yes.
And I guess I don't know if the purple player.
Well, they've got all the nuggets,
Yes. So
and I've got nothing.
I'm keeping
I
my.
still really need some sort of parasitical option for the.
I make the landing
The cargo.
here. So
I mean,
this
would radio travel faster than
Starships, yes, the radio travels at 100%. Starship's only 99.
So, I mean, one of the features of the radio could be the parasitic, not really parasitic, but you're radioing ahead to then change the dice values of these cargoes.
Yeah, something like that.
the island robots here, and this makes government.
Well, government's only on big planets, apparently. On big places. Yellows and blues. Not on dwarfs, or am I mistaken?
Yeah, this dwarf is pretty terrible unless I
What with this
these
dice?
nebulas don't have any stars in them is a problem. But I need to open up somehow. I need to open up the possibilities for white dwarfs, and so that you can land a government there.
So I landed. I arrive with these two. What I do with this dice? It dies or not?
Let's say, for argument's sake, that you set up a government with them here.
And,
All right.
And I do the work here.
No, you end your turn because there was land.
Ah, yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Landfall always ends your turn. Turtle, let's go ahead and do your turn, but I'm going to call it here because I
Okay.
have too many candles burning to.
Okay. Well, then in that case, I'm going to try and do some work here at the Star Forming Association. Okay, it sounds. I didn't know that's what it was called. Okay.
Star Forming Association. Yeah,
This
they
is-
have associations in astronomy. That they like associations.
This is
Peter,
a
can
private
you
club.
tell me? Can we tell how many turns have gone by how far the starships have traveled or something? Or of course you can look on your tape.
Yeah, I can tell because I just arrived. This was launched. This was one of my starships, and Peter's was also one of his. No, this was you launched 2 starships on your turn, Peter.
Not on the same.
On your first turn.
No. He did not
Well-
launch 2. He only launched 1.
I did launch this one on my first turn, and it's arrived last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I would say it's the 7th.
Can be.
7th turn.
So
I mean,
7 times 4, we did like 28 turns, and for a 4-player game.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and maybe 7 or 8 turns, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a gentleman's club here. You need a special membership. get here, and I want to do work there. I wanted to peek at that black hole, and I'm going to try and do it with this new rule of using your nuggets.
Yeah.
So my economy is I can't do increments, but my economy is 1 work token for each discipline in the region. Yeah, so my economy is 2 clocks. But I do have some nuggets. My economy is 2 clocks, so I need to peak. To peak, I need a selfish uplift to be able to peak at the mystery. And that turns a robot into that, which is what I have. So I will use my local nugget here. It allows me 2 wild icons. It will be the 2 hives. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
And I will get to and that. What shall I turn it into, right? Because it's a
And
wild guess. Maybe a 5? A 5. Oh, okay. I'll get to peak there.
Okay.
Do I need? Must there be a government to what you call it?
No,
Be
you don't
able-
need a government to peak,
No, I mean
but you
to
do need permission of the government if there is one. More
solve.
than animals.
Okay, there is no government. But to solve one, I need permission. But that doesn't need to be a government, right? Right.
Doesn't need to be government, no.
Then I will now use another nugget. Oh no, wait. So how do you solve this? What type of work is it, Phil, to solve it? What do I have to do to say I'm going to solve it?
So if you look
Enlightenment.
at Mystery Solve,
Yes.
Just a second, between windows.
The face down. Okay, it's what's on the mystery, right?
Yes.
So I was getting a bit confused with that, but that's fine. So I will solve the mystery by paying with my nuggets, the 2
Okay.
souls that I don't have. I'll pay with this nugget from that adjacent and this one from this adjacent.
Okay.
I don't know if you like what you're seeing, but we're testing the mechanic.
All right. Well, now
so the permission is not required.
Well, there's no government to ask, please. Or
yeah, there's no government there. So you don't need you need permission if there's a government. So this is a pretty interesting thing. The resolution isn't so. First of all, the immediate effect is you get a nugget, and you get to reset the government. Maybe that should be reset or form. So then we've got a situation where when this nugget is placed on this token with the primal discipline, that sets a counter for the end of the game. Every player only gets 1 more turn. So the question is, how do you determine the primal discipline? And the primal discipline looks at the three mysteries that are adjacent to it, and whichever the majority discipline is on those three is the primal discipline.
Okay, yes, one quick question. These things are going to disappear from here, so how will we know what the primal discipline is?
Well, they disappear from there. Then they're simply not counted.
At least this one's going to go, right? So we don't know what the discipline, and this one's also maybe going to go.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So you check the type of mysteries or not?
Yeah, the type, what it costs. So let's I'm going to flip this one over. This one happens to be soul. And this one also happens to be soul. So it looks like the primal discipline will be soul, and we have to put a soul nugget here. So
Yeah, but that's not going to happen in the game like that, right?
no, it's not going to happen. What's going to happen in the game is the player who wants. You have to talk through this with me. The player who wants to end the game will be interested in solving these two mysteries. Now, a player might want to end the game because, well, they're ahead, or they'll be winning, and they may want to solve the mysteries anyway. I don't know for sure, but in this particular case, if both of these get done, if both of these get solved, then the game will end one round later.
Sure, I can understand that. It's just mechanically, you need to figure out how to keep the memory of this, because if it was the other way around,
Well, there's no for these particular mysteries that have a little star on them. Those mysteries are not taken from the map. They remain on the map.
I understand, Phil, but just let me finish here. If it was the
Okay,
other way,
go ahead.
if it was the other way around, and the robot got to here first, which they probably would, and they came here, they saw this. We don't know what's over there.
No,
They saw this, and they grabbed, and it's off the board,
it's off the board.
right? Which means we've lost the, whenever we come to
We
when
lost
this
the
one's revealed.
information.
Exactly. Like, okay, what was the mystery here? I don't remember what it was. Or that one there.
Well, the rules state right now, at this moment, raw, that if player black solves a mystery, he takes it off the board and stows it. And furthermore, he keeps it secret so that no one else sees what it is. And the effect of that is to really, if player black gets to do that, then that ruins the chance of this being the Mecca or the Shangri-La or whatever. If player black has removed mysteries adjacent to wherever this thing is, then something else will have to become Mecca. And the other two things that could become Mecca are the location of the sirens, which you can get only from these monoliths,
I mean,
or
I guess it's possible that even solving this mystery and everything around it, you still might not achieve absolute notion of reality. I mean,
I guess.
I guess that's so. Okay, but you say that they can keep the mystery secret that they solve
Yeah,
the
player black.
yeah. But then
Peter.
yeah, but then how can we know whether he's solving them correctly? Because he looks at it and says, "Ah, you know what? I solved it. I paid the 2 soul. But what if it didn't have 2 souls on it? I don't know." The player can just say,
Yes, that's a
I'm
deep
paying this.
fake.
Yes, I'm paying these to work and I'm done. Okay. I mean, it could be an interesting addition to the game where you have to then at the end game see if they lied.
I suppose so. I prefer to have a rule saying robots can't lie. But at any rate, no, this is a valid concern about this particular thing, and it's possible that player black, if they're even in the game, will make it impossible for the primal discipline endgame, mecha endgame to even occur. So I'm not sure. What do you think, Peter?
I got lost in this point. How it
All right.
exactly
So I'll
works.
just go over it again. This resolution isn't very good to read, and there's a lot of text anyway. But if this mystery, this is the only mystery like it in the game. If this mystery, which is called the primal mystery, and it sets the primal discipline, if it's revealed, if you solved it, player black, then it would not get revealed and just go into your collection face down, and we'd never know unless we negotiated for it. But as it stands, if another player, not player black, solves this mystery, it gets flipped over. They get a nugget. They get to change the government. But this pentagon here stays blank. This pentagon's called the primal discipline, and that's the ultimate reality of the universe. And you have to, in order to set it, you have to have not only this solved, but you have to have all the mysteries solved that are adjacent to it, which is, in this case, this one and this one.
Oh, and
That's why I
solve.
flipped them
Okay.
over, just to pretend that the game lasted long enough for us to go ahead and solve those 2 mysteries, set the primal discipline. We'd put a nugget there to show which one is prime. The special abilities, that the primal disciplines are wild, and you can also double your work tokens if you're at this location or adjacent. So the idea was, for this mystery, it's going to mean that if somebody wants to end the game, they can go to the 2 unsolved mysteries next to it and set the end game trigger.
Makes sense, but it's quite complicated a bit.
Yes, it is complicated. If you've
But
got it's
yeah,
something that I came up with this morning, actually. So
I see the intention, but probably need some better.
Right, better implementation. So
Yeah.
let me just ask you straight up. I mean, I already asked Roger this, but I'll ask you. Before this morning, when I implemented this, I implemented it because Mathew Pons was complaining that about light speed latency. You shouldn't be able to have a universal godhood ability granted by this dice, by this mystery. It should only be effective in the near proximity, not throughout the whole board. Before this morning, this ability, this superpower was, if you got it, you were able to enjoy this anywhere on the map. It would go in your tableau and it would give you a superpower just like in any other game. But Pons said, no, we have to have light speed latency. You can't have it good for the whole map. So my question to you, Peter, is do you like this game better if the abilities were universal, or if the abilities were more realistically only local? The superpower abilities, I mean.
Oh.
These are deep questions, Peter.
Yeah. Having it local, it will be more thematically, but I think it will be easily forgotten.
Yeah.
I have a suggestion for the universal reality
Yes.
in-game or discipline, primal discipline trigger. Rather than solving all mysteries around, an alternative
Yes.
could be, and still kind of in line with what I understand Mathew is speaking of. The trigger could be actually sending a radio signal from this area to the adjacent
Yes.
adjacent places, and this radio signal changes all of them, or whenever all the radio signals reach, they just stay there, indicating the expansion of this reality.
So let me explain the way that Starlinks, this has nothing to do with Elon Musk or anything, but okay, let's just explain Starlinks. Starlinks was a way to try to get that idea without having extra counters moving around.
Mm-hmm.
And the idea was that whenever a starship made landfall at a location, and it's coming from a starred mystery, then you place a little special counter on the Starlinks thing to show that not only does this have this power, but this has this power too, because it's star-linked by this little Starlink star counter. So whenever anything makes landfall, it could be a packet or a starship, and it came from a starred mystery, one of these special ones. There's only 6 of them, 6 out of 30. Then you place a little Starlink to show that ability has spread to there. So that was the plan for Starlinks.
Yeah, so okay, so it's just an alternative. Once you create these 3 Starlinks, that is the end game.
Yeah.
Rather than the mystery solving.
All right.
Not that I dislike the mystery solving. It's just that if these things are coming off the board, then we don't have this information. But there could be an argument an argument there that you just will never know reality, and this trigger can never be.
Yeah, well, that's kind of was the plan. The kind of plan was that if that missing piece is being held by player black,
Yep.
then reality will never be known unless you could bribe player black to break his monopoly on the information.
Yeah, I mean, fine, that could also be okay. But player black needs to know. We need to know which piece, and they can't move it
Yeah, I
around in the
know.
board, right?
He's got a
I've
bunch
shuffled.
of stuff in his collection. We
I
don't
shuffled
necessarily
things
know
up. I
where it
don't know
came from.
exactly. Exactly right. So, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, I filled up several sheets of paper trying to fix all the things that went unexpectedly here, but I want to sign off now, and I tried to take a picture and add it to the channel.
Some my small folks.
All right.
I think we can round out the dices soon. And we did not explore so much of map.
I'm sorry. What I missed the comment.
I think there is not enough dice to make explore in the same
Oh,
way.
all right. Okay. So in other words, we need more workers, is what you're saying. We only have 12, and that's not enough, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't there a trigger? Yeah, an in-game trigger that's all the way back here, up there, right? Is that just the starship going through there or something?
That's just a starship going through there, close to the galactic center.
But that means that at least one of these spots have to have civilizations, right? So it's quite yeah. There's probably not enough workers. Yes, I don't know if.
It seems to me similar, like problems in Interstellar, that there is nice big map and you always explore only part of it.
Only a small part of it. This is true.
And that flare work on flare stars is used or not?
Well, that's in transition. I don't know how the flare stars are going to work. This is something Powell wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's interesting idea, but I think there can be edit in this diagram in top left, bottom left corner. Can we edit flare star for all types?
Okay.
For yellow and blue giant, because I was thinking what these flare blue giants are.
Because there's no icon down there as well. Yeah, I see. That's okay. Confusion there.
And this Milky Way can be moved in opposite corner.
Okay.
But that's just a small thing.
Any specific questions, Phil, you want us to answer for your curiosity?
Well,
It's interesting, but I did not have much like thematic feel that the civilization go up and down in this Kardashian scale. But
All right, so the K scale, the first iteration had K0, K1, K2. Now it's really all just K1. So that's been kind of edited out, but
it's not a problem, but it was like this dices are jumping up and down quickly.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, in a 4-player game, there's supposed to be like 330 years per turn.
But it looks
So how much
promising.
did you say?
It's 1,000.
Oh,
It's
per turn.
1,000 years divided by the player count, and what we had 4 players, so it's like 250 really.
Per turn. Okay. Yes. Okay.
Now, the oh, I forgot what I was going to say. I'm sorry. It's possible. I sort of remember what I was going to say. It's possible that the values jump around too much, and maybe they need to be a bit more stable so that you can plan and that you can say, well, this is sort of my area and be hard to topple it. That's one thing that could be worked on.
I must say, one feature of the previous iteration that I played, first time I played with you, which was actually not that bad, was when we were building starships at the time, we would actually literally take the dice from this location.
Yeah, we did.
Escarga. The interesting aspect that when I look at it in hindsight, was that it would first demonstrate a depletion of population from the region, which isn't that bad. So it was more dramatic, the grow and fall of the civilization. And the second interesting feature compared to this one here was that we launched the ships, but then we would still have in the middle period, while the ships were still traveling, we would naturally grow the population back in Sol to launch another ship. And why do I say that is interesting is because in this particular game, since we send duplicates forward, there was a moment where there's a stagnation in the civilization in Sol, so they just remain as they are. There's no up and down anymore. And in those first and after we've built all those ships, we just kind of moving ships every other turn. So that was the difference, right? The other game, you moved ships, and then you in the meantime, you're like, oh, let's build up this population, let's uplift, to create a new ship, and that was quite an interesting curve of civilization, which wasn't that bad actually.
All right. So if we took the dice physically off, it'd be nice if there was, like, instead of a square, there was sort of a goo spot or something on it, so that it's not absolutely sterilized by austerity.
We had the lakes there that time, right? So meaning that, I guess it was denoting that there was some infrastructure is what you had, like
Yeah.
Or what did you call it? Strata? No, you called it something.
Substrate.
Substrate. Yeah. Though I don't know if you really have to have that again, but okay.
Yeah, I took it out because, well, trying to streamline the game, and
Yeah, that's why I say I'm not sure if you need that again, right?
yeah,
Because we are, so in that iteration, when we reached some place, the landfall, we'd have to, didn't we have to create a substrate first, and then
yes,
right? And here we just plop a dice down. So I guess everything is in one go, which in 1,000 years sounds fine. that what you're putting down a dice, but at the same time you're also creating the substrate for it, right? The infrastructure for it.
yeah. Rome wasn't built in a day, but 250 years.
I think 250 years is enough to start a colony. You don't, it's like you build your domes there and everything, and you put some people down. So you don't have
How long did
to.
the Roman Empire, well, the Western Roman Empire actually last? It was probably like
They said
400
1,000 years.
Well, I
I
think
think
1,000 years for the Eastern Empire, but I
it was
don't think
another
it's more.
1,000. But I might be. I mean, I might be wrong. It doesn't matter.
All right.
It was long.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, not very long by the standards of this game.
yeah, but I mean, what we're doing right now, Phil, in this particular iteration, when we get to a new star system, we just do landfall. Fall, sorry, landfall.
Landfill. Yes.
So we do landfill and landfall. We do
Okay.
both things, don't we? We
Yes.
we create the we create the location and we create the colony. That's what we're doing here. You haven't separated between substrate. That's what the previous one had. First you do the
Yeah, that's what the
substrate.
previous one had.
So this one's streamlined by just putting the dice, which I find fine. I find it's okay, and I think maybe you could still probably use the same system. Cargo is moving the dice actually, and then if you want to build something there, well, you just build it. You don't need the substrate. It's it's implied in all those years that a turn is passing that is being done.
Yes.
Yeah, when I saw the rules for first time, it was quite complicated, but it appears to be not so bad as I expected.
Bad.
No, bad maybe not the right word.
Yeah, okay. Well, the goal is trying to get enough words on the sequence of play so that you don't need the rules. Now, I have to say too, the mysteries, even in the last 24 hours since I arrived in America, have gotten more complicated. Trying to make them local and trying to make them act together and trying to integrate them, creating the starred mysteries so that they grant superpowers to those around them. Yeah, I spent a lot of effort, and so did Marson, trying to implement it, trying to get this particular locality of superpowers in the game, a function that may not have improved the game at all and just made it more complicated. So that's why I asked you the question earlier, would you prefer a game where the powers and abilities, in any game, you're gaining powers and abilities, but usually they're on your tableau, and you can use them all over the place, and having it local like this might just be irritating. I'm not sure.
Well, I will have to say that for me, this type of the theme that's been tackled here, it's kind of I think it's kind of important that the time dimension has some kind of impact on stuff, right? Because the
Yeah.
distances are so big that that there has to have some kind of an impact. That's all I can express.
Yeah, yeah.
Whatever's
Well,
in Sol, this little thing here in Sol, after some time, if there's a colony all the way up here, what do they actually know about the
right.
people down there? They probably did already, right? The ones in Sol.
Yes.
time has
Well,
passed.
so a couple of things about that. First of all, as we already said, or you already said, I already said several times, Galactic Empire is impossible, and this is what players are probably going to be expecting: a Galactic Empire. We'll do a pincher movement or whatever. The second thing is that I wanted the game. I mean, a design goal was that the action takes place on the frontier, and the original places are stagnating. And one of the ideas about using these nuggets that was helpful towards this was that nuggets are generated by flying through space, and you can only fly through space to establish a frontier. And so once the nuggets are used up back home, there's not much more you can do with it. It's set, it's stagnant. It might just be goo. So the idea was that all the action was going to take place at the frontier, and you wouldn't. I know, Roger, you mentioned, well, while the thing's flying, you can do some tussles back and forth in these regions left behind, and that's great. But I sort of wanted that to peter out.
So, like I said, the previous iteration somehow the entropy was more felt, or I felt it more in that one, right?
Yeah.
Because Sol became depleted from all the starships that were being sent until there was a point that all the starships were gone and you did nothing in Sol, and so it stagnated. But what was interesting is that stagnation, if I recall, was something like, there's actually goo here, and there was some level of civilization,
left, yes.
but very weak, which
Very
is not
weak.
the case. Which is not the case here. So here, when you look at the gold belt, it looks like a relatively
Dynamic place.
Yes, dynamic place. So that system before was kind of somehow showing how everything was pushed into the frontier, and the things behind would slowly just stop. And perhaps just a side effect, if you have a nugget in there, it could maybe give one last push, one final push to a dying civilization, just to get an extra new uplift or something. But eventually no nuggets are there, and the thing is just stopped. So I felt that more in that system. That's all I want to say. And I think it goes to what you're trying to do, right? Here you have to do something to it then, if you want to push things into the frontier, right? More. Somehow Sol has to slowly die out, or I don't know.